Alright, guys. The world went to waste 2.0. That's kind of how I feel about these last few minutes. I went to start this video, and a truck goes by, and then another truck goes by, and then another. So we're back at it. This time I don't care who drives by. It is what it is. The last of the garbage trucks have gone by and all that, so we're good there. You guys, this is back to school reactions. We're taking music back to school to find out whether it's going to get a passing grade or a failing grade. This is me trying to figure out whether it's music I'll actually put in my car and listen to, or whether all new music sucks. And what I've found so far is I've found a whole new category of music. This, I don't know what you call it, country rap or southern rap or whatever it is. I just call it Adam Calhoun. I call it Katie Noel. I call it UPCHURCH. He's the one I started with. I've listened to some other stuff, some Tom McDonald, some Vinjay, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. So we're going to jump into this. If you're first time here, hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications so that you will be notified when I'm dropping videos. I'm going to drop a bunch tonight. Also, I believe my social media links are being put down below my videos. I'm pretty sure. But follow me on Instagram. I notify people via Instagram when I drop videos as well. So if you're not subscribed here, and if YouTube starts going crazy because I'm reacting to a bunch of stuff from people who don't go by YouTube's political views, and they stop notifying you guys of my videos, at least you'll see them on Instagram. So let's jump into this. This is Adam Calhoun, Demun Jones, and UPCHURCH. World Went to Waste 2.0 off the Crazy White Boy EP. Okay, here we go. Let's find out what World Went to Waste 2.0 is all about. Okay. Okay. Kind of sounds like End Times.
When the streets get so empty and the sky turns a dark gray, and all you see are them flag posts, but no flags giving away. No sunshine in these empty
Hold up.
just a bunch of
Hold up. Sorry guys, I'm going back. That was awesome. And he's singing in it. Oh, that's awesome. I love his voice. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of got caught up in this music because it's a little dark. It's a little, you know, you hear the siren in the background and all that. So,
when the streets get so empty and the sky turns a dark gray, and all you see are them flag posts, but no flags giving away. No sunshine in these empty streets, just a bunch of empty space.
God, what a sad day that is. What a sad day that is. Go back a few.
It's so empty.
Wait.
And the sky,
Right here. Listen to this for a second.
when the streets get so empty and the sky turns a dark gray,
The sky's
and
dark
all
gray.
you see are them flag posts, but no flags giving away.
No flags blowing.
Sunshine in these empty streets, just a
No
bunch
sunshine.
of empty space. And
There's nobody there.
and that's when the world went to waste.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The world
What a
went
picture.
to waste.
What a picture he just painted. That's awesome to be able to do that. Okay.
The world went to waste.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The world went to waste. White people racist, not blacks though. Everybody talk shit, not facts though. Everybody gay, but you can't say fact though. Say
Oh my. Okay. So I know where we're going with this. Alright. This is a commentary about the way society is now. Alright. Let's jump into this. You ready? Ears are open. Mind is open. Heart is open. We're going to do this. Okay?
white people racist, not blacks though. Everybody talk
That's
shit,
not true.
Not facts though.
That's
Everybody
not
gay,
true.
But you can't say fact though. Same fact, turn around and a flagpole, but I'm a
And that's the way it is. And what a horrible state of affairs it is. I mean, he just spoke for a few seconds and he's already, like, put the facts out there. You know, everybody's yelling racism, 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 and they're yelling it at people that have no racism in them at all. Acting like only one side can have a problem, man. Everybody's screwed up. Everybody's screwed up. Now, I'm not going to go all crazy here, but there's a piece of scripture that says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." There is nobody out there that is perfect. But what there is a lot of people pointing fingers, doing this all day, pointing fingers, because nobody wants to look here. Nobody does. What a almost depressing.
So everybody gay, but you can't say fag though. Same fag, turn around and burn down a flagpole. But I'm an asshole, cause I like Trump, cause he don't take shit like guns. How the
Yep. If you support our country, if you support, even if you didn't like Trump, even if you didn't say you didn't vote for him, but he won. I mean, he's still our president. Just do your best to appreciate our country and be conscious of what's going on and be willing to make a decision. But don't stand out in the street burning cars, flipping stuff over, blocking traffic in freeways, screaming and yelling at the top of your lungs about social justice, and you're destroying a town.
fuck would you like our country to run? Anything goes, so I guess it's comfortably numb. Raising little boys nowadays.
Yeah, because that's like what they're asking for. Open borders. Oh, you can violate the law, the immigration laws, and not get in trouble for it. And in fact, go live in a city where even if you do something wrong, they still won't do anything for it to you about it, because violating the law is not a big deal, especially if they can register you to vote. See, I never committed a crime and then had a whole bunch of people saying, "Oh my God, it's so bad that he's in jail and his kid was with him when he got arrested, and that's sick that they took the kid away. We're gonna protest and we're gonna get every politician in there about how wrong they're tearing up a family." I don't know. You break the law, you take that chance. I can go on and on about this. I'm going to try and limit what I say here. I'm not trying to start a shitstorm, and I'm not trying to get YouTube to throw me off. But there's some facts being spoken here.
Thing goes, so I guess it's comfortably numb. Raising little boys nowadays, no balls. Parents too afraid, so they won't get involved. God forbid you discipline your kid, call the law. They gon' lock you up, have you looking at the wall.
He just spoke the most facts I've ever heard spoke in like a few words. Parents are afraid to parent. Afraid to discipline your kids. And that's why everybody's all screwed up. That's why these kids are running around like idiots. That's why they had a guy in, I forget where it was. I think it's Bay Area. A kid, college kid, raped a girl. She was passed out. He raped her behind a trash can. And he got, like, I don't know, 6 months or 90 days, something like that. 6 months or 90 days. Maybe 6 months. For a rape. His defense was called affluenza, which means that he didn't know right from wrong. And he's a really good kid, and this would really mess up his scholarship and everything else. Now, first off, if you're like me, you're screaming bullshit at the top of your lungs. Second off, incarcerate the damn parents too. Raise your kids. Be a parent. Stop acting like a pussy who's afraid to tell your kid to stop it. If you're over 40 years old and you're sick of what's going on out there, blame us. The ones who wouldn't parent their kids. That's not me. Pfft. My grandma had stock in a wooden spoon company, man. She beat the snot out of me with that thing all the time. Probably should have done it more. When you're afraid of being a parent and your kids aren't worried about you, they're going to go do whatever the hell they want, create as much drama as they want, act a fool all day long. And ultimately, who's to blame? Was it the kid's fault? The parent wouldn't parent?
Fuck the left side, fuck them all, they can suck on my balls. Who you gonna call when shit goes wrong? Disarm us all, take all the guns. Fuck it, let the bad guys have fun.
God, this video is going to be 5,000 minutes long. Ah! Okay. They want to take away all the guns, except for the criminals get to keep theirs. They want to take away all that, and then when the whole world takes a shit, they're all going to run around like chickens with their heads cut off, wishing that there was somebody there to take care of them. It may just become a wish. I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to want to take care of you after the way things have gone with this contentiousness. There is absolutely nothing wrong with feeling like you disagree with somebody. But the point is that they're not your enemy just because you disagree with them. And that's the way everything has become. If you're conservative, you're overly, you want everything a certain way and you're not willing to flex, and you're one of those crazed gun owners and blah, 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 blah. And if you're a liberal, well, you don't want any, stop doing this and stop doing that and give away this and give away that. Rewind in life, guys. Rewind 15 years ago. It wasn't like this. What changed? It wasn't about who got elected. It was about the coverage. It was about the coverage. That's what tainted our minds to believe certain things. I've even been proven wrong. I met with somebody who was protesting. It was just random, and we talked for a couple minutes, and the guy had protested in the Bay Area. He was very upset about a shooting that occurred, or a killing where a cop killed an unarmed person. They tased him to death, basically, and they didn't need to, and now they're actually looking at changing the law there of how many times an officer can tase somebody before they have to stop. And my view on it at first was, well, if you resist, you're going to get your ass kicked. That's just how it is. That's why I don't resist. Every time I've ever been caught, I'm like, hands up, I quit, I'm done. End of story. Come and get me. Because I don't want to get my ass beat just because I already got caught doing something wrong. I'd rather pay the price for what I did wrong than to pay the price for what I did wrong, get extra charges, and have my ass beat. Simple. But when I talked to him and he shared with me his side, his view, and I watched the video, and I watched that guy repeatedly beg them to stop tasing him, talking about his heart. And they kept doing it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a cop. Could never be one. I have a criminal record. But if I were a cop, I wouldn't be afraid to be a cop. And that's, I think, the problem. Is you got a bunch of people that are terrified of everything. And what made us this way? It's the coverage.
When the streets get so empty and the sky turns a dark gray, and all you see are them flag posts with no flags giving away.
That chorus that he does.
These empty streets, just a bunch of empty
That chorus right there takes the darkness from what Adam Calhoun was just saying and turns this into a song about how the world went to waste. Just the verse alone, without the chorus, is like scary depressing.
That's when the world went to waste.
Okay.
Yeah. The world went to waste.
Ooh.
The world went to waste.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The world went to waste.
Okay.
Detroit diesel, assault rifle, legal. It's written on the page number 2, we the people. It's clearly stated all men are created equal. The media controlling the mind, controlling the lie.
The media controlling the mind, controlling the lie. That's what I was just talking about. It ain't about who's president, it's about the coverage. It ain't about whether or not people are out doing things and cops are having to bust them. It's the coverage. And you notice how the media always covers one side one way and the other the other. They never show that the left makes mistakes and has to deal with it, and the right makes mistakes and have to deal with it. They never show that the left really wants to just be comfortable and succeed. They never show that the right says, sure, we understand the human aspect of some of what you're talking about, and we want things to get better, but the solution is not to open the borders and give everybody a Hyatt room. Okay, the solution is to do the things that we're supposed to do. You know, I'll put this out here, you guys. My wife is an immigrant. Okay? We did everything the legal way. When my wife came here, we could not bring our son. He had to stay with his grandparents. We could only get one visa. I don't know what it took her to be able to do that, but she did it. I promised her I'd get him here, and he's here. He's in the other room right now, watching videos. We had to do it the right way because I never want to have to fear whether or not my wife's going to be taken away from me or my son's going to be taken away from me. It cost me more money than I had. I had to borrow money to be able to do it. But we did it the right way. You know, there are more than two sides to every story. You have to ask the people. You have to talk to people. You have to understand people before you can understand where they're coming from. You can't put a blanket on one side that's white and a blanket on the other side that's gray and say these are the two sides and they all think alike. We don't do that. But the media is the one creating the problem.
The truth out of sight, we keep it out of mind. Reading from the script about a brand new tag. 100 million for this, 6 trillion for that. They promise us a dream and they take it right back.
Yep.
So tell me, what color are you? Me, I'm red, white, blue.
Yep.
If you fed up, stand up. Cause the news don't tell the truth.
What color are you? See, I was taught one thing, and then I realized something else. I was taught by my grandfather what hatred was. I was taught by my grandmother that everybody is to be treated with respect. If somebody does something to you and you don't like it, you don't have to hang out with them, but you don't run around disrespecting them. You know, it was treat others the way you want to be treated. How many people actually do that anymore? All they do is make demands.
Me, I'm red, white, blue. If you fed up, stand up. Cause the news don't tell the truth. Look at all these comedians telling jokes like they care about American blue collar and black folks. But they care about the black votes. The same ones telling black jokes. When the streets get so empty and the sky turns a dark gray, and all you see are them flag poles, but no flags giving away. No sunshine in these empty streets, just a bunch of empty space. And that's when the world went to waste.
Yes.
world went to waste. The world went to waste, waste. Yeah. The world went to waste.
Wow. I'm not sure if this song was meant to provoke thoughts or feelings of anything in particular, but it certainly does spark up some feelings for me. Um, it's a sad song. I mean, I didn't know that we would ever get to this point in my life. I've lived, I've voted on a ton of presidents. I've done all this stuff. Just never thought I was going to get to this. But it's kind of where we're at, and it's going to take people listening to this stuff saying, I don't want that. It's going to take people listening to songs like Racism or White Boy or Bloodshed. There was a Joyner Lucas song that I saw No Life Shack react to, and it was about racism. And there was a white man and a black man, and he had the two of them sharing their verses with each other, and that's it's what has to happen. We have to have these conversations. It's time. It's time we do that. God, this video is long, you guys. I wasn't trying to do this long. I got a bunch of other reactions to do today. I'm hoping they're not this deep, but they may be. And if they are, we're going to go through them. We're going to cover them. All right, you guys. This is The World Went to Waste 2.0. Adam Calhoun, Demun Jones, and UPCHURCH. Thank you guys for joining me. Be healthy, be happy, be good to each other. Have these conversations, folks. You got to. You don't have to. I mean, you can live in the world that's in the video of CNN, or you can get out of that and say, I want America. I want us to engage with our neighbors. I want us not to fear each other all the time. I want us to settle down and focus on the things that are most important. Teaching our kids right from wrong. Working hard at what you do to provide for your family. Helping others is a huge thing. One of the ways that we get by in life is helping others. When I was raised by my grandparents, we were third of the month to third of the month. And I remember times where we just didn't have things. And when I got older, I was like, I don't want to see people going through that. I learned to try and help, whether it's even just, got a couple neighbors around here. One of them doesn't drive. He's very sick. We'll take food over to him. I got another neighbor over here. We invite him over to have dinner with them. It's just being gracious, being a good person. You're blessed with something. Share it. Share the conversation. Man, this is a long video. All right, you guys. Hopefully this isn't too long. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Next video coming up shortly.